Hi everyone, my name is Katy Massey and I studied at the University of Birmingham from 2006 to 2011. I studied a BA in modern languages and I chose to study German and Italian. And I then went on to specialise working in the education sector and then furthermore into girls' rights and gender equality. So I am now a consultant in girls' rights and human rights, and I do that both as an independent consultant for myself, and I work for various charities and NGOs as well. There's part of my heart will always be in Birmingham, and I actually stayed on living in Birmingham for years after I graduated because I loved it so much. I think I really loved playing sports. I played hockey, ultimate frisbee. I joined the women's frisbee team, and I tried to play lacrosse as well. I joined Brum Surf, so I went surfing every couple of weeks. We'd go down to North Devon. So I joined lots of societies. I was also on the Kids Adventure Committee. I don't know if Kids Adventure is still going, but I was activities coordinator for a few years for KA. And I was in the Pirate Society, don't know if that still goes, but I just kind of thought, well, I'll just try everything, and that was something I also really loved about Birmingham, is there were so many things to do, and it's so multicultural, and there's so many parts of Birmingham to explore that I really enjoyed that. I have really fond memories of Selly Oak because I had a role there while I was at university of being a community warden with the Guild. And so we had a campaign called I Love Selly Oak. And what we really tried to do was foster great relationships between students and the residents. And we'd put on pub quizzes to raise money for local charities. And we'd go around door knocking in Selly Oak for hours and just chat to everyone and see, how they were and how we could make Selly Oak a better place to live. So I just feel like I really threw myself into every possible way of, enjoying life there. And I also really loved campus. I really loved how that kind of green it was. I really felt inspired when I was studying and going to the library, and really kind of enjoyed. I really enjoyed my degree as well. But I think the extracurricular stuff really is what I've probably got really fond memories of. Volunteering completely changed my life, and it's the reason that I'm now in this position. I am doing the work that I'm doing. So I started volunteering at the age of 14, and I'd go to the local primary school and I would read to the local primary school, and volunteered in a charity shop when I was 16, 17. And then when I came to university, as I said, I was a community warden and the activities coordinator for Kids Adventure. And that really helped. It gave me the flexibility to try things out before I actually embarked on them as a potential career. And that role in Kids Adventure, so working with children in care, was like planted the seed for me to then embark on a career of working with children and working as a teacher and specialising in understanding trauma. I volunteered as a doula for the last year with and been present at births for women in the asylum system, and that's been one of the greatest honours of my life to do that as well. And I think it helps you remember that we're all connected, and that there's so much good going on in the world. And I think if you're considering a career in the charity or non-profit sector, it's the most amazing thing to do, and sometimes it can be quite challenging, like I said, because some of these issues are so relentless and seemingly don't have immediate solutions. And I find that volunteering outside of the work I'm doing helps me reconnect with like the positives and like what's going really well, and like feeling that sense of community. I've made some of my closest friends from like some of my volunteering roles. I now volunteer for UN Women. So they have, I volunteer with them in two ways. So I'm a UN delegate at a global conference on gender equality. And they've got an amazing campaign that I volunteer on, which is around keeping girls and women safe in public spaces and music festivals. And I just, you just don't know who you're going to meet when you go and volunteer. Like, I've made so many great connections, and then people remember you and think, oh yeah, I remember Katy was volunteering at that thing, and I've now, you know, there's now a panel discussion about something she was talking about, so maybe I'll see if she wants to like come along and speak on this panel. Or it just helps you grow your network. And I think that, you know, that's a big part of my role now at Plan International UK, is I run a UK-wide network. And partly the reason for, you know, it being successful is that I'm well connected, and that is through volunteering. That's because over the years I've built up, you know, on LinkedIn or on email, I've built up a community of people who work in lots of different places, that I can then call on when I'm doing something and say, do you want to come to this networking event? I think, you know, there's someone I really want to introduce you to, and I really want you to meet